Well, hello, Internet. Hi, Heidi. You're always on time, and you'll come back because I'm always a little late. And, you know, we've talked about that so many times on my channel. It's not worth talking about anymore. I have two disabilities that cause pain, and I have some OCD ever since my accident when I was rear ended in 2013. Thankfully, I don't have much more brain damage than that, but a little bit of those synapses not quite connecting back up correctly. And there's just nothing I can do about it. I could put that I was coming in at 2:30 and I would get here at 2:40. So it's no point. So I'm Lucinda. That is my email. It is a .net. And I put in my jot form in case you show up and you're new to my channel and you want to bid on something, you need to register. And it'll go to my email. And then you can bid. Now, you can bid and then register. But when I, at the end of the sale, go to check if you're registered with me and you're not, then that item will come back the following sale as unsold. Yeah. Because, it's a business. And I don't know. Sometimes people were having a hard time just going straight through to my .net. And I really think it was the problem with the .net and the ATT. It's a really old email. I used to have Earthlink. You want to talk about old? Because ever since I've done the jot form, everyone gets through. So, yeah, I think that was just a weird matrix glitch. So, today is Tuesday, and it's hot here. It keeps doing a weird thing of being really hot and kind of muggy like, and then a couple days later, it'll be almost chilly and then hot. And I did notice today that my little valley has kind of this narrow, long thing. And right at the bottom to the, what would you call that? Kind of to the south, where you come into the valley, is where all the airflow from Sacramento, Nevada, all of that comes funneling in. So, since there's so many wildfires here in the West, we got smoke today. So I'm wondering if some of that heat and that mugginess is because the smoke is just locking in, kind of like a thunderstorm situation. Now, I just got a text, which is unusual for me to get. Okay. That's irrelevant. And Heidi's not here, nor is anyone else. But hey, I'm going to keep on trucking. So I'm Lucinda. I live in Northern California. I was just talking about that. I use Pirate Ship. I use PayPal. Yep. And I was doing every 2 weeks invoicing and shipping out packages. I can no longer afford to hold that for you all unless you make arrangements. I will. Oh, the smoke, it's far away from me. The fires are far away from me right now, and may they remain so. Heidi, hello, Heidi. So I'm not in any danger that I know of, except that thunderstorms may be coming. If thunderstorms actually occur here late in the week, and if we actually get lightning, and if it actually touches the ground, well, then, thank God we have a great volunteer fire department and a CAL FIRE unit, California Department of Fire, right down the road. Thank God. They do a great job of getting stuff out fast. But still, anyways, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, this is that wrong time of year. Fires. Wow, they're everywhere. Heidi is in the house. in Heidi, it is still blazing over there. It's flooding. It's crazy hot where it shouldn't be. There's fires everywhere over here. There's fires all through Europe. I mean, the earth is mad. Mother Earth is mad. That's what I think. I mean, she's just had enough of us. As dumb humans. That's how I feel. So, I did not do a short. I tend to do shorts when I'm bringing just a particular type of item and nothing else. So, and it hurts my back to do that. And I'm so long explanation, whatever. I'm having an assistant and I'm rearranging all this stuff because, it always needed to be. And I'm going through things that I'm going to sell and, all this stuff I can't do. She's helping me with. So my dining room table, which is where I could put everything and sit and easily deal with stuff, it's covered in antique and vintage knickknacks. I mean, my house looks like an antique mall out there. It's really ridiculous. Oh, my Lord. Becky. Hello, Becky. How's it going? Hey, Miss Becky. And anyone else that's in the house. Just in case, JIC, could y'all have some good thoughts? Whatever you do, light a candle, pray for my sister Karen. I don't know that it's a big deal. I don't know what's happening. All I know is I tried to text with her before she was going to go on live with some other reseller friends of mine, Jen and Denise. And she said that something was up with her blood pressure and she was on her way to the ER. So I love her to death. And she's been there with me since she first started selling and many months after I started. And yeah, I call her my sister. So let's give her some love. Okay, so I have a mix of everything today. I have serious costume that's gorgeous. I have costume that's inexpensive, that's gorgeous. I have sterling silver. I have beaded. I have incredible special bangles. I have 2 copper cuffs that are exactly the same. I'm just looking at what's at the top of my box. I have a glass necklace I've been trying to sell forever that's Murano style, if not Murano. And I'm going to sell it dirt cheap today because I want it out of my life. And if it still doesn't go, which I don't get it, it's going to get listed on eBay. So, and then I brought a box of costume jewelry rings. And yes, Becky, I don't know what's going on. And I'm not going to panic, but, I thought I just heard a wasp. Denise, as a nurse, told her to go. So I'm like, and all the dumb necklaces, they're not dumb, they're fantastic. But all the necklaces that I tried to show last week that I set down and they all tangled into some crazy kitten ball, I untangled all of them and they are hanging on my necklace hanger now because I went through the plastic. So the plastic is now also listing on eBay. And just a side note, I did do a post. A couple people read it, but I did do a post and I showed where like 3-strand made in Japan necklaces, they're listed, without earrings at like $25, $30, $40. With earrings, they're like $60 to $70. And this is across the board. So then the ones that are just the long, like lucite, one color or whatever, those are like $15. So just a heads up. But all of that is going to go through. Okay, so now let's talk about my schedule real quick, and then we're going to move on. So I am selling from now on Tuesdays and Fridays on YouTube. Tuesdays and Fridays. And then Thursdays, I will be going back to Whatnot where I am still a reseller. And when they started, I signed up and I tried it a few times. It wasn't right for me, but they've made a lot of changes. So I'm going to vacillate between Whatnot and then the following week, VAMP, Virtual Antique Marketplace on Thursdays. What time, whatever, I don't know. If anyone wants to know, send me an email and I'll tell you, or I'll announce it later. Do I put necklaces in split straws when you put them away? No, I have. So I used to sell hundreds of necklaces a day at the flea market with my mom, and I know how to roll them up in tissue paper. That wasn't the problem. The problem was they were hanging, and I took them off and I laid them flat on the desk thinking that I would just be able to pick one at a time up. The pendants had other ideas, but thank you for that idea. The other thing you can do is put all the chains on a safety pin on the clasp. So put the clasp over a safety pin and then pin the safety pin, shut it, and then have a piece of ribbon and tie the chains one knot halfway down, like that together, and then roll it up in tissue paper. But yeah, so good Lord. And if you could help me remember, anyone, I need to do 2 giveaways today because I didn't do a giveaway at all last week. So two pieces in one. And so I'm going to get started. I also have real rings. So all of this is for today and Friday. I'm not bringing all of it because I usually put aside like 60 pieces, right? So, so let's start with a gorgeous ring. Oh no, I know the name of this. Hold on. I'm going to find it. Sorry, because I want to, I'm still learning my stones, and I did not write this one down. So, but it's a beautiful, beautiful stone, and it deserves to have the correct name called out. Let's see. And that's one's not it. So it was the next one. How do I do that? Can't I just keep going down and go to the next one first? Yes. Yay. Okay. Here we go. It's important. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever remember these names, but I'm trying. Praise-O-Light. There you go. Praise-O-Light. Okay. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. Okay. So we're going to start with this. Praise-O-Light. Spelling is probably wrong, but hey. Ring oval size. Yes, indeed, Heidi, it is. And I mean, they said it on she's usually selling on Tuesday with Denise and Jen. You know, that she wasn't doing well and that Denise told her to go to the ER. So I don't think I'm telling stories out of school. Sterling silver, and it's going to be a starting bid of we're starting out with a whopper. This is gorgeous. I think it will fit, and I mean, it is something I could keep for myself. Well, not quite. I have such big fingers now. Okay. It's all about getting old, getting hot, arthritis. Look at the stone in here. This is prazolite. Prazolite. And it is obviously got a black base. Makes me immediately think of onyx. And then this almost like smoke wisps, kind of a gray blue with brown matrix. This is beautiful. It's very, thank you, Becky. It's very large. Definitely with these little solder marks, that's not uncommon, but it reminds me of Native American style, Southwestern style, let's put it that way. The only marking in it is 925. Yeah, prazolite is a beautiful stone. And I do believe with prazolite, there's several different variations in colors. And it's a very large piece. I know prazolite is not super valuable, but it's not invaluable either. It's kind of a in between. And I just think that is stunning. Imagine if these were earrings. It's gorgeous. $9.50. $9.50. Starting bid at $88. It's worth every penny. Yep. And she called it at a $9.50. And I see the band sitting right in the middle of that. Almost, though, down to 3/4. So stick with 9.50. And I will tell you how long the yes, it's absolutely, it's almost labradorite-y in the way. I'm going to shine a flashlight on it. But I am going to move fast today. So just a heads up. It is, so if you change your mind later, let me know because I don't do recaps. It is 1.25 inches long, and it is 3/4 of an inch wide. It's stunning. Show you one more time, and then we'll move on. And I'm going to do some really fun. Well, I'll do one more. Well, I'll do a costume, a men's costume, because we just don't bring enough stuff for men. I'm trying to, I really want that. It's always impossible for me to tell exactly what you're seeing. So hopefully you've seen that. It is here. It is for people like me who need bigger sizes. Excellent, Heidi. Excellent. So let's do a couple more. I'll put this one back on. Oh, and of course I have allergies because why wouldn't I? I have them all the time. Sometimes they wake me up in the middle of the night and my nose just runs and I can't go back to sleep. And I'm like, what? And Claritin doesn't help. I don't know. Maybe it's this super old rug that is here because this was a family vacation home. And once we get that out and kind of like bleach the concrete floor of the building and put in a new rug and it's done off-gassing, who knows? Okay, this is a starting bid of, you know what? This is what I paid for it. It's an absolutely beautiful sterling vermeil. I'm going to call it a hearts ring. I'm not sure the size will get there. I bought this for me. I've shown it a couple times. And the reason why I'm calling it hearts is, so to me, that's either butterfly wings, except if it was, these should be going the other way, right? So what I see is a heart stylized, 2 pieces, creating a heart. And then in the middle is just kind of like a S swirl, an infinity swirl. So sterling silver in the gold tone, sterling silver, sterling silver. And it does pop out on the sides. So this goes in, this stands out, and this goes in and down. See, in and down, in and down. Here is the inside. It's a really, I mean, honestly, this could be a wedding ring, and it's such really nice, fine work. I believe that this could be a wedding band, and I'm sure this cost, a couple $100 new. And I am now asking what I paid. I am asking what I paid. So, and because I want to say, whenever a ring goes inward on the sides like that, it brings the size down when you put it on your finger. So I think that I bought it thinking it would fit here, but then when it curves down, it actually makes it smaller. So just a little tip when you're looking at rings. So yeah, see, it should fit. Look at this. This is hilarious. Look at this. I've had this plastic ring measuring stick for 3 years, and I never took the protective plastic piece off, and it has now decided to come off on its own. I didn't even know it was there. Yeah, that's hilarious. So it says basically the band is falling in the middle of an 8.5, going all the way to the bottom of a 9. So reasonably, I would say it's 8.5, right? Maybe even some resellers might say this was 8 3/4. But if it was an 8.5, it would fit right here, and it does not. So the fact that it concaves in, I am going to call it an 8. An 8. There you go. You see how it goes down on the sides? It's a beautiful, beautiful ring. Christmas is coming. This would be terrific in a little ring box as a gift. You know anyone who needs a $48 pixelation? Uh-oh. Hi, Angelica. I'm pixelated. Heidi, I'm blurry. Uh-oh. God bless. Is YouTube acting up? I don't know. I'm back. Am I better? Am I better now? The sound is acting, well, frozen, yes. Okay, I see that I'm okay now. Does anyone else? Okay, thank you. Thank you for telling me that. Okay, so I hope we didn't miss everything about this ring, but you can see how it dips down. And like I said, I'm sure this was a couple $100 ring, and Christmas is coming, it would make a beautiful present. Or if you're about to ask someone to marry you and you want to give them a diamond, you could even take this and have diamonds inset inside this really unique setting. Yeah. Okay. There you go. So this is not coming back. I've brought it so many times. This is going into a bag and it's going to get listed on eBay where I can ask $85, $90 and sell it in a hot minute. I've got a lot of, there you go, list eBay. I've got all these boxes all sorted and I'm going to sell on Whatnot and Vamp and I'm on a roll, y'all. I am like, hey, if it's not going to sell here, then I'm going to sell it somewhere else. It's time to diversify. This is so freaking awesome. It is what it is. It is, I'm going out on a limb and saying this Swarovski crystal glass sterling. Hi, Angelica. I hope you're doing well. This is so pretty. I mean, it's a larger size. It's definitely a man's cocktail ring type statement ring. Size 8.5 is what's on the bag, but I will measure it again and see why I say Swarovski crystal. It's beautiful. And it is a huge amount of sterling. Look how high this bumps up. Open to the back. It has no AB coating. It's just how it's cut. Does it have a maker? Does it? Nope. I don't see a maker. So I'm going to do two things. It's really, and look, it's a man's ring, but why can't a woman wear this ring? Why can't a man wear, rings made for women? I don't buy into that. I believe if you like it, wear it. So, see, I'm going to quibble. Because these are all standard made. Look at where this sits. There's the 8. There's the 8.5. And the band in the middle would be 8.25. So I would say this could probably fit a size 8 to an 8.25. Look how honking big that is. It's a lot of sterling. I'm going to do a gram weight and then we'll move on. Turn in my scale on. It doesn't stay on. These scales are like, you turn them on and they are set to turn off to save the battery. So ounces, no, grams. There you go. Get out. 18 grams. 18 grams. Now, the glass is in there and it's substantial, but it wouldn't be a lot. So let's go with 17 grams of sterling silver. That's a lot. 17 at $3. $17 at $3, that's $51 in melt. It's a beautiful, beautiful ring. Okay, Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming. Okay, I tried to show. I'm gonna leave the rings, and I'm gonna do some costume rings for the affordable factor. I have a ton of them. So let's do some fun things. Let's do. I mean, not that those aren't fun, but this is fun. Let's do 2 shells. This is going to be a choice. Starting bid of 16. Wow, if only I could spell, we'd be getting somewhere. These are beautiful. How's it going today, Angelica? These are beautiful. These are older. Sometimes they're not, but these ones definitely are. So you've got this. I actually believe this is carved mother of pearl. Nice, thick. I mean, this probably would sell for more than 16. It's a gorgeous piece. And then we have this. Those are they're a rose something shell from Hawaii. I have a necklace that's similar, done in a similar style to like puka shells with these shells, and they are not puka shells. They're a different type of shell you find in Hawaii. Here's the back. Peace. Is he taking care of grandson? That's fun. So you see, because there's the necker or necre from the carving, and then just the plain. I believe this is mother of pearl. And then here's the back. You know, so mother of pearl can just be from an oyster. See, the back is just the flat shell. There's the inside. It is see-through, but it's still very thick. It's beautiful. I'll tell you the size in a minute. I'm okay, Angelica. Just, yeah, today's a good day. Today is a good day so far. And then this one with this carved shell, and they even did it so it looks like it's a band that could be adjustable with that little carve out. And they bothered to make bumps for the stamen pollen part. Whoever did this had a really good eye as to how they should carve the colors out. So let me tell you the sizes. I will never have a grandson. I have grandkitties. My daughter, her back has been bad since she was very young. She has had spinal stenosis and other back problems since like 18, and it's only getting worse. So carrying a child, so this is a size 8, very clearly a size 8. Carrying a child, even if the hormones kicked in, would be so hard on her body. And while they don't dislike children, having kids right now, unless you're like have that innate like, oh, look at the baby, having kids is expensive. And yeah, so I'm not going to be a grandma. So I would say this is an 8.5. This is an 8.5. And these, I know they're shell, they're vintage, 1960s, 1970s. From where, I don't know, but I love them. And the last thing I'll tell you, just because this one has that height, is 3/4 of an inch wide at its widest part because it's graduated. Yep. Okay. So none of those. You had your biggest crack in pregnancy. Are these porous? Well, they're shell. So, I mean, there's not holes, but they are shell, and shell innately has some pores, but also shells don't, because then the little creatures in them would drown. So, it's not like coral. These are both shells. So, this is oyster, and this is a shell from Hawaii called rose something. Okay, those are going back in the box. Are you all interested in these costume rings? Please to let me know. I don't want to waste your time. But I find that people often are very interested in these. So it's just something fun to bring. And they're, those were expensive, but some of these are very inexpensive. So I'll run a few more. These. I'll run 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll run 5. My goodness. The money is a larger amount per child. My daughter has only one, and we help with money. Right, Angelica, that's what I'm saying. Unless you can have mom stay at home, which I was able to do, but I also had a part-time job and homeschooled, and kids are expensive. And I even did the thing where what am I trying to say? Oh, where, I bought a lot of her clothes from a used store, because babies, toddlers, they go through clothes a month later. They're in a whole nother size of clothing. So, and the child has hardly worn anything because you overbuy and you stuff all those drawers. Sometimes they haven't worn it at all. So I was forever going up to the little store with her in a stroller and buying, a couple shirts and some pants and a dress for nothing. And then I'd bring it back to them, and get other stuff. I mean, my goodness, why bother? Okay, so this is going to be a buy it now choice. And I'll say numbers for $6. I love kids. I loved my kid, but so this is going to be number 1. And some of these, they're vintage, and some of them may be a little bit newer than vintage, like this one. I'm unclear. So this one is, see, because this one's stretchy. It's not worn out, but with that stretch, I would like to say early 2000s. Look at that. I think it's delightful. Fits right on that finger. Oh, well, almost. If I pushed it with the stretch, it would. This is huge. How fun is that? This is number 1. And I will measure, but it looks like 7.5 to me. $6. This is just fun. You got a teenager, you want to wear it. 7.25. 7.25. And that's like probably almost 1.5 inches in diameter. Just fun. So that's number 1. Number 2, I'm just going to do it on. That's number 1. Yeah. Yep. Well, as a mom, I certainly was. I've never been wealthy. So, never. But I survived. It wasn't always easy. This is shell. So this is really cool. That's actually pieces of shell, mother of pearl, and other things on a black plastic base underneath resin. And it is really fun. Large disc and those kind of circles and maybe little hearts. Not sure. That is adjustable, but currently it sits at a 6 3/4. It's barely been pulled, so you could bring it down to a 7 comfortably. Angelica is like number 1. I'm in. Yeah, see, you can tell. But look how nice it is. It's shell. Okay, Angelica claimed number 1. Thank you, Angelica. Let me write your name. I appreciate that. $6, and you want the huge daisy. I love the daisy. Daisy ring. Yay. Okay, let me write sold to Angelica. Sold to Angelica. Number 1. What am I doing? Number 1, 4, 6. Thank you, Angelica. I need to make you a bag. I have invoiced out more than half of the invoices, and after the sale today, I will be finishing the invoices. So everyone should have their invoice by tonight, and as long as I get the majority of people have paid, they will be shipped out Thursday or Friday. Let me move this over. Thursday or Friday. Okay, so this is number 2. This is number 2, 6 3/4. And you could make it to a 7, number 2. Number 3, this is fun, and I wonder if it glows. I'm looking at it before I do this. No, but it's got a lot of interesting depth and color. It is not adjustable. You know what? We're going to wait on this one because I'm going to drop the price on that one. I'm not comfortable. So hold on. This is very pretty. This looks like a real stone. It is acrylic. It is very much made to look like a wedding ring or an antique, whatever. And you see the little bit of flash of light as I turn it. It does have some depth. It's acrylic, but it's $6 and it's fun. So there you go. Honestly, costume has been my main specialty, and part of it is the art, and it's also the affordability, and it sits right at 7.5. It is not adjustable. And yeah, it's made to look like a blue topaz, I guess, maybe sapphire, not sure, but it's quite pretty. And that's probably a little over 1/2 inch. And then these two, I'm going to drop the price to 4. We hope our son finds a wife and has children. Oh, he's not in a rush to get married. Well, Angelica, so these are going to be choice. I really want my daughter and her husband to have children. I want grandchildren. Yes, I do. But that's very selfish of me. They don't want them. They've talked about it. It's not going to work for them. It's too expensive right now. And so it's not my life, and I'm not going to be responsible for raising them. And even if I helped monetarily, it's a whole thing. And so it's going to end my line of the family and his line, actually. It from on with just his genetics, because his sister cannot conceive. But if that's their choice, so as much as it really hurts me and I really want to hold that little baby, I'm not going to get the fix from there. And so it's kind of like, if I want that baby loving, then I better go find a friend who's got a kid, got a baby or two that they'll let me hold till I get that like pheromone rush. It's hard. It's hard. It really is. Believe me, I had a lot of feelings, but it was none of my business. So I just kind of had to go, uh-huh, mm-hmm. Ooh, that's true. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And all I wanted to do was say, knock it off and have a kid. Yes, there you go. No, young people are not in a rush anymore, Heidi, because everything is just so uncertain in this world right now. Everything is up in the air. It's so expensive. It's so difficult. And in the beginning, I was talking about how Mother Earth seems really pissed off. So I don't know. A lot of people feel like there's just too much, the young people feel like there's too much turmoil going on. Now, this is like a mauve, but it has oranges and whites and a lot of depth. It is clearly a newer, it is $3. And then this one is an orange red with white wisps of stuff. And, it's modern. These are modern. What does it have on the side? It has some little symbols. I got these in a lot of rings, and they're not something I would typically go out and curate or buy. Even though I love Plastic Fantastics, this is not the type of thing, Yeah, or pets. I mean, I'm a grandma to 3 kitties. Oh, yeah, I know, Angelica. Believe me, I know. I loved having a baby. I loved raising a child, and she was difficult. She was, she was beautiful and intelligent, but I taught her to be outspoken, and she was, and she is. So, but I would do it all over again in a heartbeat. But, it's just not for everyone. And even when I had a child in the late 80s, sorry, there's my allergies. Even when I had a child in the late 80s, it was hard. It was a real struggle. And man, my husband and I had to have a lot of talks about that I was going to stay home and be a mom. Even though I had a part-time job, we struggled. But having a mom home versus not having a mom home, so that was 7.5. I mean, that's the other problem, is we've created a world where kids have to go to daycare, and both parents have to go back to work. And so the daycare is raising the kids unless grandma is available, and not all grandmas are, and not all grandmas should be raising kids. So, and I'm not saying that about you, Angelica. I don't know anything about your story. But so, yeah. There you go. So, and this one is a 7. This one is a 7. Those were $3 each. Your choice. Okay. Putting them back in. Moving on. If someone comes in later, you can drop in that you're interested. And these are, the cha-cha rings. I've shown them several times. These are the costume jewelry, cha-cha costume jewelry rings. These are incredible. These are a buy it now at $14 a choice. These are 1960s, 1970s costume. There's that one with the gray. There, this one is a 1950s, 1960s. This is the other one is a repop. This is an actual early one with faux pearls, all different colors. And this, I'm sure, yeah, it's acrylic. And see how they're just on that loop. And then as you wear them, this is a small one. As you wear them, they cha-cha-cha. And look, it matches my green shirt. If only it was bigger. If anyone was interested, these are a start of, I think I said 15. Yeah. Yeah. I loved holidays too. I mean, the whole, all of it. I had boxes and every holiday. The whole house, is redecorated. The whole schmo. Yep. I loved it. But now those days are gone. So this is huge faux pearl cha-cha ring. And it is also adjustable. So those are all 15. MCM. So really kind of 1960s, end of 1950s, very kind of MCM where you wore a limited amount of jewelry and you were going somewhere for dancing and cocktails and you would wear your cha-cha ring. Heidi. Okay. So that's all I'm going to dig into for costume rings. I just thought I'd show them. And like I said, if someone comes in later, you can drop it in the chat that you're interested. I don't do recaps too much. So I'm going to dig into my basket over here and do that because, and let's get this one clearance item out of the way. Because a lot of this is brand new stock and or something I've shown recently, but only a few times, or stuff I haven't shown at all. So, yeah. So this is like a buy it now. And I just want it gone. So if no one here wants it at this price, I will list it at the correct price on eBay. And that's okay. Buy it now at 16 Murano. And I'm going to put question mark because I can't be sure about it at all. Glass necklace. I've had this for way too long. I paid much more than that. I think I showed it last week. I'm done. Oh, I think I showed it on Friends Selling with Friends. I don't think I showed it here. So these are all molded, blown. See the rutiles like they do in Murano glass, right? Where these are all little or micro mosaics. The glass rods and form flowers. These are freshwater pearls. And they're all different colors and different types of beads. This is, I know my computer lags and changes lights on you. I'm so sorry. This is beautiful. It's very eclectic, but I'm very eclectic. The beads would cost more than the price that I'm asking. I mean, that's just a fact. And freshwater pearls. And if nothing else, if you're a crafter, buy it, take it apart. This is the pendant drop. Thank you, Becky. Buy it, take it apart, and do something else with this. Some of this is see-through down at the bottom. Oh, I know what it is. This glass inset in the white glass, these are all see-through to the back. Hold on, let me flip it. See? And then if you go up the other side, you have dark blue. You have white with blue flowers. You have, it's a beautiful necklace for 16. Oh, yeah. It's a little heavy. It's actually not super heavy. And this is 18-inch with about an inch and a half. Yep. So 16. Okay. It's not ever. I thought Friends Selling with Friends would be the last time I showed it. That's the last time. Look them up. Look up blown glass Murano style bead necklaces with freshwater pearls. And see what you think. Let's see. I gotta move that out of the way a little bit. Please don't fall down. Okay, eBay. All right. All righty then. Hello. Hi, lurkers. What's happening? Let's see. These are hot off the presses. And these are older. They've been around a while. They're thinner, but older. And are they copper? They are, but I'm wondering if they're copper over brass. Not sure, okay? So we're going to do a buy it now on these of $15. There are two cuffs, and they're big. They're big. I think they're lovely. I'll pull things over there for a minute, and we'll see what happens. There's two of these. I'll show you the inside in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. And then the twisted wire look. Here is the end. Yeah, smells like copper. Okay. They're copper. They may have some brass inside, but they are copper. They're just a lighter copper. Here's the inside. So you can really see how thin they are. Yeah, the reeks of copper. I know that copper smell very well. It's very interesting. And you can see like right here and here and here. Maybe this was hammered. So something, as they hammered with the mallet, something was going on there. Maybe, I'm not sure what. But you can see this put on the end. It's very smooth. Nothing's going to jump up and bite you. And, whoops. I am gently Gently warming it up and opening it. Yeah, it's very solid. Very, very well made. Look at that. And like I said, I have 2. So you could do a whole Wonder Woman thing, right? Or you and your best friend could each wear one at the same time. Wonder Woman. Power Rangers. I don't know. These $15 for these. Amazing price. I know they're thin. Yes, they do, Heidi. They come with superpowers, instant superpowers. Instant superpowers. I think these are fabulous. They are newer. They are. So when I say newer, I'm used to bringing Renoir and MCM cuffs that are an Harvey House, that type of thing, where, it's like antique to the 1950s. So I'm suspecting these are like a 1970s, maybe 80s. But they are 100% copper. I can smell it. And I love them. They are 1.75 inches wide. 1.75 inches wide. And they fit on my wrist, and I'm a 7.25. And they went on easily. There's that much room. So you could close it down to smaller. These could go from a 6.75 to a 7.5, if you don't mind that the opening would be kind of here to where it is. You'd have to push it over to about there. So they're versatile. $15. So really, each, your choice, not both. Choice. I didn't say that in there. Choice. They're not 2 for $15. I could not afford that. These are gorgeous. I'm thinking India, but again, I don't know. Maybe an American maker. I don't know, man. I don't know. So the difference is like that versus this piece that I brought so many times with this huge, fat, concaved in with coming to a point, very old copper cuff. This is like, I really believe this dates back to, I believe it's an unmarked, either artisan or Native American, in the tradition of Harvey House. And it's heavy and it's thick. So that's all I mean. Those are still absolutely vintage, but this is what I'm more used to. And this is older. This starts at 30. And it's a smaller one, if anyone's interested. Okay. Moving on. And, at any given moment, someone can say, hey, do you have any of this? And I can say, yes, I do. Or, well, not today, but I can send you a photo of it. I've been sending people photos of things lately. So, and doing drop sales. But I cannot do, sometimes I'll do previews when it's just a item or if I have the time, but I can't always do it. I just can't. So this is something, again, I've had these for quite a while and I bought them many times. Well, yesterday I was sitting and doing something. I'm not sure what, because I'm always in here doing so many things. Because I can sit, but, and I polished them. And oh my gosh, now you're going to get the full effect of what they are. And hey, cursor, no. What they are, they were just so tarnished. I don't think they look like, I'll tell you what they look like. Hold on. I've said it before. This is the last time these are coming as well. And then they will go whatnot, vamp, whatnot, and listed. I'm going to start cross listing. These, I'm pretty sure I figured these out a while ago. I polished these. Anyone who's seen these before is going to go, oh my gosh, now I get it. These were so dark. I want to show you the polishing cloth. I invested in some really good cloth, and I cleaned sterling yesterday. I don't know if you can wash these or not. I need to find out. So these are beautiful, and that leaf style screams Mexico to me, screams early Tasco. And here's what I believe someone did with these. They are about almost an inch long and an inch wide. They're stunning. They weigh nothing. Yeah, huge, Heidi. Look at that. And you could even polish more if you wanted, but I generally like a little patina, so I was trying to leave them alone in the first place. Here's what I think happened. Here's the backs. The backs were filthy too. They could still have more polishing, but I didn't do it. They are pierced. I believe that this piece of sterling was put over this earring later in life, and that these were originally clip-ons, and this piece was not here, and that they maybe went like this. That is what I believe. These are like 1960s Mexican Tasco. They have so much depth and definition. They're stunning. And I think that they were someone's mother's, and they took them to a jeweler because they loved them, had this piece put on because why are the holes here? It's hollow. And turned them into pierced earrings so they could keep wearing them. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're beautiful. And they are $19 for sterling silver, beautiful earrings from probably the 1960s, maybe 50s. This is, it just fits with the grapevines, that whole deal. So there you go. Starting bid 19. I think that's a very reasonable price, y'all. Am I going to go through a sale with selling one $6 item? I never know what's going on here. Okay. So, is there anyone here who's looking to buy something in particular? Like, are you looking for the necklaces I brought last time? Do you want to see sterling silver necklaces? Do you want to just see necklaces? Do you want garnets? Do you want just costume? Do you want, what do you want, Seymour? So, this is a starting bid of $39. It is a artisan pottery necklace. This is very cool. This is very cool. And this will match what I'm wearing. Now, I've pulled it over here. Now I'm pulling it back away because even with my thing there, I need to figure out how to do a banner that's below my tiny window because you can't see. First off, I'm short. And then my computer's raised up on purpose. But you can't see but from here up. So when I do vamp and whatnot, which I will be scheduling tomorrow before my assistant shows up, I will be doing down camera because that's the only way. This is beautiful. Someone put this clasp on it. It's a really nice older vintage clasp. I don't see anywhere. I just wanted to check to see anywhere if it said gold. I don't see that, but that's an old vintage clasp. Really nicely done. Now I want to show you what this is. This is pottery. So someone made silver spacers, tiny black seed beads. This is kind of a forest green at the top. It does have graduating spaces. Here are these. I want it, so I know this is odd the way I show it, but I need to. So this is, someone made this. These are hollow. My computer goes out of being bright and dark. It drives me nuts. And look, it matches what I'm wearing. Pink, and there's also gold. So here's the gold and white, kind of like tiger's eye. And then it goes back to this. And then you've got these again. This one has more black in it. This is really, and there's the pink. So you get the idea. Okay, let me put it on a bus because I'm going to show this necklace again, probably for the last time today, this after I show this one. I've never showed this one before that I'm currently showing. And it is hollow. These pieces, it's very solid pottery, but they are hollow. So it's not super heavy. And you can turn these, you know, play with them however you want to show it however you want. It's not super long. It's super lovely. It's super lovely. Someone probably made these for a living. And I will, and I don't know how old it is, but a pottery craze in making necklaces, probably 1980s. I'm thinking, I don't know, 1980s. So this, I gotta stop doing that with my back. This is almost 18 inches long, probably closer to 16. And it's not that heavy. I could wear this all day long, and it's just gorgeous. Would go with gold or silver earrings or clip-ons. It's a lovely piece. $39. And another thing you could do if you really wanted, so that you see these back beads, you could turn it where the clasp shows a little bit and then have this kind of like a torque. Fact of the matter is, as I'm saying that, I'm wondering if you couldn't, it's pretty tight, but I'm wondering if you know what you're doing, you could actually get a wire in between the two of those and loop on some kind of large pendant. Yeah, it's really pretty. And starts at 39. Okay, let me close it. And someone's texting me, but I can't answer them right now. Uh-oh. Well, these are always this thing where I either get it right away to close it, or it takes me forever. So I'm going to just put it in the bag and move on. You know, the one thing when I go back to selling on Whatnot, which I only did a little bit, because it's like younger crowd and people hop all around all the time. And the same is going to happen on Vamp. I have to get used to, I have to talk fast. People don't want all these details. A lot of people don't want them here either, but that's how I am. And I have to pick only so many items and show them over and over again, you know, doing the recap thing like 3 or 4 times, because the younger crowd jumps. If it's not interesting, they're somewhere else, and then they're back, and then there's somebody doing choop, book, choop, book, choop, book. That will give me whiplash, but that is what they do. So I just have to kind of get used to it. This is gorgeous. I've shown this so many times, and I am. I don't know why. But I don't know why a lot of things that I like, you know. This is starting bid of 37. Potato pearls. Someone came on. Oh, it's Tuesday? I know what's happening. This is all different colors of like the pastel rainbow. All different sizes. There's oranges. There's gold. There's mauve. There's pink. So they are dyed, but this is like makes you happy. This is a make you happy. Necklace. This one to me looks like a Tahitian pearl, and I kind of think it might be a small Tahitian. I'm not sure how it got in there. This one at the bottom is beautiful. Look how teeny tiny these little yellow and green ones are. And that one, tiny, and then some are really big. In the yellow, the bright, you know, summer's not over. You know, it may be, good Lord, it may be that, you know, kiddos have gone back to school, but let's remember it's on a vintage chain. You can see the top. This might be sterling silver. I never checked. So you can do it here, or you could make it smaller, looping it in there if you wanted. When I was a kid, I got 3.5 months off. I didn't get barely 2.5. Some kids only get 2 months. So we have a lot of summer. Summer is traditionally over in October. Okay. Hi, Angelica. Yes. I already said hi. Sorry. Yes, honey. Hold on. But it's one. It was choice. So just so we're clear, they're not, because I forgot to put choice in. So look how pretty this is. I hope you can see the colors. This will match anything. This will match anything. Any earrings, any outfit, and it's totally lightweight, and it's just happy. This is a happy, happy necklace. Happy, happy, happy. Do the happy dance. Happy dance. I love this. So, yeah, it started at 37. Happy dance. Happy dance. And it is, you know, right at 15. And if you took it to here, it would be a collar, but not tight. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. I don't know. I'm mystified why. Pearls are actually trending hard. Every type of pearl is super hot on all the platforms like eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. Um, People are snatching them up. You know, natural, uh, expensive, dyed. Yep. So this won't come back unless someone grabs it in this sale or within the next 48 hours. I honor my prices for 48 hours. I will list it. Okay, one cuff, Angelica. All right, let me get back to you, honey. Sorry, I got to put this away to list. Actually, I mean, first I will put it in my box to go on Vamp/whatnot. Okay, so Angelica, you would like a cuff. Men wear the pearls or the cuffs, Heidi? Do men wear pearls? I love that if that's true. Thank you, Angelica. These are so fun. That's fantastic. I love that. A man would look great with a pearl, one pearl, a whole strand, a collar, something on their wrist. Yep. Sold to Angelica. 15. Thank you. I love these. And they're brand new to me. Good choice. Okay. I'm going to move a little bit faster through some new inventory, and I want to show some of the necklaces that was an epic fail the other day. So we're going to get there. I have a lot. Okay. Oh, I've never shown this. Let's show this. And let me see who's blowing up my phone. Why are they blowing up my phone? Okay. Good. Yes. Just checking. It's my sissy, Karen. She says she's doing okie dokie. Thank God. Right? This. Ooh, choo-choo. What does it say? What does it say? Ouch. Sorry. It says Korea. It says Korea. So I am, how interesting. Wow. Hold on. Acrylic. But I think electroplated chain. Yay. I will. Yay. Okay, so this is a starting bid. This is a great piece of, so Korea, I think we got items from Korea in the 70s, 80s. I may be wrong. So I believe that this was probably dipped, which makes it negligent in terms of its value, but electroplated dipped gold because of the shine. It's not just gold tone. And this, where's the clasp? Maybe, oh yes, here it is. I knew there was a clasp because I just went through that. And then the pieces on it, I got to take a Swiffer type duster to my, these type of necklace busts that have the kind of velvety texture are not a good idea. I have the other one that's white, and it is just a faux leather or whatever, pleather. It does not attract all the hairs like these ones do. So I'm not going to get rid of this one. I don't waste things like that, but I won't buy another one. So these are little green and white acrylic beads in between gold tone spacers. You'll have to give me a break. I've got one ring light shining right in my eyes and one out over to the side. So whenever I try to look at something, I literally have to bring it away from this light over here. I had it up, but it wasn't doing its job well enough. So look how long this is. This is a great, I just want to show you on the bust. This is a great layering piece. They attract dust, yep, and cat fur. It says Korea on there. And you see what I mean? It's a herringbone. Or some people would call this Greek key. I've never really been sure exactly the difference. One day I need to look into that, but see, it looks like gold. It's just so shiny. It's not just gold tone. So people will think you're wearing a gold necklace with some like jade. I believe they were going for the jade look there. And it's very slender and just very dainty. So this is great to wear alone. And this is one of those pieces. The younger crowd is really into the big, heavy 80s gold pieces. So this would be like, look what I'm wearing. This would be, put it underneath here, my garnet necklace. In fact, let's just move the garnet necklace away. Look how nice that is. It's just delicate and dainty. It is about 21 inches long. And so this you could wear with another very heavy piece, or you could wear this with a shorter gold piece, or one that comes down like this. You could add real gold with this faux gold. I don't think you could double it because 21 inches, yeah, this is a 14 inch. That would be too tight. But it's just simple and lovely. I had a lot of stuff like this. You have lagging, Angelica? Go out and come back in, sweetheart. It's a good time to remind people. I was having a lot of weird YouTube experience at Jen and Denise's sale earlier. So there's always something up with YouTube. So I would go out and come back in. So this is a beautiful piece. Totally lightweight. And if you have any long shoulder duster gold earrings, that would be beautiful. Yeah. There you go. $16 starting bid. And like I said, the younger are children, and the group below that are coming up as young adults, they want this stuff. I wonder if it would accent this piece, or if they're just too heavy and too light. Maybe. I'm not sure. Ooh, this would actually be a perfect piece to hang this BSK butterfly on, because it too, it's carved in that way that makes it super shiny like gold. This would be so good to hang the butterfly on, and then the butterfly would be right here. Yeah, there you go. That butterfly is available if anyone is interested. But I'm not, someone has to say, I'm interested, and then I'll run it. Mm. And this is a starting bid of 25. This is another item. I did not do this with my drop because it wasn't the same style of things, and it was just more expensive. So this is a dark cherry red. It is not light red. It is dark, okay? It is lucite. It is covered in this clear coat. It has embedded red and clear rhinestones. That's just from me taking things in and out. It's not a scratch. I always, if I see an imperfection, I call it out. If there's ever, and see, the stones really do sparkle. If I don't see it and I don't call it out, and you get it and there's something really wrong, then, by all means, communicate with me. So see how they did this? Here's the red, very thin right here, with the stones embedded, and all the rest is clear. This is super cool. And if I remember correctly, yep, this is, so possibly 90s. Look at that. But I think this was a high-end 70s, 80s piece. This probably cost at least 25 new. It's really pretty outstanding. Look at that. It's really pretty outstanding. So, yeah. And it fits me, but I'm not going to press it on because I'm a little swollen from the heat. It fits me. So it is a 7.25, and it is about a half an inch wide. Perfect for your rave house parties with the black lights. And it would also fit down to a 6.75. And, like for instance, see this one. This fits me, and I'm a 7.25 up here, right? But I need that also to get over my hand because I have a square hand. But then once it's on, it's not coming off, but it is going that far down. Now, I don't care, and I used to wear a whole stack of bangles, and they just jangled all day long. So I don't care. But if you want something that's going to stay just right here, then you've got to have slender hands and get your exact perfect size. So 25 will not go down on this. So unless someone comes back and claims it, you're watching the replay, which if you've just come in, by the way, go back and see what I brought. Otherwise, this one is actually going to do a vamp or a whatnot first before it goes to eBay. I have not posted my jot form for a little while, so let's do that. Just in case there's anyone new who wants to register. And you can subscribe at any time. It's free, you know. And thumbs up. How are we doing on thumbs up? Because I do need to do 2 giveaways this time. But I've got to get the thumbs up. I mean, I've got to do 1 because I didn't last time, which sucks because those people who bought are not necessarily here. And but there you go. So this does not have a name. It's acrylic, but it also has marcasites. Is that marcasites? They now look orange. Knock it off. Yes, it's what? Now, as far as I can tell, they are marcasite. All of a sudden, they were looking orange. And I'm like, what? So, this one is hard for me. The construction of it says 50s, 60s. Okay. You see 15, Heidi? Thank you. I need 20 to do a giveaway. I need 20 to do a giveaway, y'all. So, this is going to be a buy it now. And I think it's beautiful. Buy it now of 15 silver tone marcasite. And is it lucite or just acrylic? I think it's just acrylic. Some type of acrylic. Acrylic necklace. Thank you, Heidi. Heidi, I appreciate you. I do. Everyone, can you appreciate Heidi with me? Heidi's in Belgium at like 1 in the morning or something, assisting me. She's a good friend and a good moderator. Really and truly. So here is the clasp, box clasp, fold over, right? That's just a little scuff that how it got there and nowhere else, I don't know. First I was trying to read a name, makers, didn't happen. There's the marcasites, and I'm fairly positive those are actual marcasites. However, since this is poured orange, meant to look like amber, acrylic, is it possible that those two are some type of poured acrylic? I don't know, because I don't have a Presidium, and until I start selling triple the amount that I'm currently selling by diversifying and doing all this work on all these other platforms, I can't afford one. I have invested in my stock. I'm investing of my time and of my entire life because I'm housebound to try to do this. And I only have so much money to go around. And I'm very careful and constantly curating for you all without becoming a hoarder or being stuck with too much. And next week, maybe Friday, I'll be bringing new pendants, larger pendants on costume and sterling chains. So see the construction here? It's articulated. And this construction, it's very solid. It's very much 1960s. 1950s. I'm at a loss. So, Noelle. There's Noelle. Noelle's like, I like that. I like this too, Noelle. How are you, Noelle? And look at it. It is a gorgeous collar piece. Yeah, Noelle's in at 15. Ah, good idea, Heidi. I think it's 70s, 80s. It was a very brief window. Isn't this fantastic? It's like this is 15 and this is just about 16 inches. And it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And with the orange mimicking the amber, and if that's marcasite or something's mimicking looking like marcasite, it's gorgeous. And the only reason it does this is just because it's futzy. It wants to lie flat on your neck. So I would need to see a 16 or higher, or it's going to Noelle. This is the first time I've ever shown it. Noelle is like, she knows. Okay, I'm going to do fair warning, 16 or more. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Let's go. Oh, it's a buy it now? Did I say buy it now? Maybe I might have. And if I did, I apologize. I did. Noelle. Oh, Noelle. You know, it happens. Not very often, but it happens. Thank you, Noelle. I really don't do that very often. So thank you. Sold to Noelle, 15. Noelle. Takes a village. I really, very rarely. Amber, lucite, amber acrylic. I would know what I was talking about. Marcasite in L. Okay. Noelle gets a bag. This is a beautiful piece, Noelle. Good job. Good job. Do you have anything that matches it? Just out of curiosity? Do you have anything that says that you know what this is? Who the maker is? The era? Anything like that? Squirreled away under your bed? Noelle has a jewelry vault under her bed. It's like you push a button and her bed rolls over, and then there's like a whole safe combination and you open it up. I'm joking. But I don't know. I might not be. Okay. I've never shown this. You have a lot of marriages to do. Noelle performs marriages. If you ever need to get married, just talk to Noelle. So you have pieces like that, Noelle? For real? Good Lord. Okay, wait a minute. Where is the end of this? Ouch. Ooh, sorry. I just moved my leg funny. I'm hold on. Good Lord, this ring light thing, I'm here to tell you. It's too bright and then it's too soft. Okay, this is an older jump ring, but that's not. I'm surprised it's not saying that it's gold. Let me see these pieces before I put it in. I think they're glass. And again, I'm super surprised. Close enough for good. There you go, Noelle. Every time I go to wear one of my tribal necklaces, first thing I think of is Noelle would love this. Okay. I believe this is glass, but it might be acrylic. I'm very surprised it doesn't say gold filled or something. Being 14 karat gold or 12 karat gold, no, because I know I would have known, oh my God, I paid so much for this piece. But it's pretty spectacular. It purple Australian crystal. I'm gonna say style because I'm unclear. Uh, I'm unclear glass or acrylic. It's very hard to tell, but it's so good, and it's so long, and I've never had a piece like this. And actually, excuse me, I have to retract that. Starting bid of 33. Austrian crystal style. You're pointing to your ears? What does that mean, Heidi? Why are you pointing to your ears? This is flapper length. I'm very I know it's costume jewelry, but I'm thinking I might know where I got it, and I'm thinking that I'm not asking enough. Where is the I'm thinking I'm losing money starting it at that price, but there you go. Okay. Oh, there you go. Thank you. See here's the clasp, and here is a bunch of what I thought would say something about a maker or gold. There's all these scratches. There's all this something, but I don't make out that it says anything. Okay. So then this style, so 1950s, 1960s, maybe into the 70s. And then look what's happening. You have these purple. I'd like to get to show you just one. Wrapped purple, like the Australian crystal necklaces. See how it bumps out on both sides? And then it's wire wrapped. And these ones dangle. So here's what we're going to do. It's flapper length. So we're going to go up, 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 up. That's from being in the bag. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's just from being in the bag. 8, 10, 12, and one on the bottom. 13. 13. Look how long this is. And do you see why I was questioning if it said something about gold? And I'm going to go, just because I'm so curious now, I'm going to look and see, oh my gosh, I have been, while you stare at this, I am losing money. Yes, I'm telling you. I don't think this one's it. I do nowadays go through everything and put the prices in. Because I didn't used to have to do that, and nowadays I do have to do it, and it's I usually keep track of my prices, so I'm just curious. Oh no, okay, let's come back to you. So this is I it's in the flapper style, but I do not believe. Where's the clasp again? This drives me crazy. There it is. I I I don't think it's actually as old as flapper. I don't think it's from the 1930s. I could be totally wrong. I don't think so. It goes, golly, my shirt is doing weird stuff. And here's that weird thing where when I do this, it's like I'm just giant up here, and I'm not. So the last bead goes below my belly button, goes down below my belly button. So this is going to be about 38 inches plus the little dangle. It's like 40 inches long. So you could wrap this double, triple. I mean, this is beautiful. This is costume jewelry. This is good. This is very good. This was a redone flappers. When did they redo? Like 70s, I guess. I don't know. Sounds about right. 70s. That sounds good with the hippies, and they wore the really long beaded necklaces. 70s. This is a good one. And this is something that, again, the younger group, the younger group that's out there, they want the big, heavy, and long gold and silver jewelry. And they're willing to pay up. They're snatching it up, actually. They're snatching up the pearls. So I know this started at 33, but this is one of those ones that's worth every penny. In fact, I'm going to write a note that it started at 33. So I remember that. I'll probably show it once more. This is the first time I've ever shown it. Will I go down on the price? Probably not. I'm actually going to research the exact price I paid for it. So I'm going to do real quick a few more items in my in here, my basket, and then I'm going to do some. I'm going to show the sterling silver necklaces that got all tangled and a costume jewelry ring. Oh, this piece is really short. This is the problem with why I've never sold it. This is a I mean, we could say 1950s, but it's made more in the style. I should adjust the price. What do you mean, Heidi? Heidi. I should adjust the price in what way? Hold on for a second. Heidi, there is a private chat. If you go over to comments and click on it, down on the side is private chat. And you could always message me in private chat and like tell me that you sent me a message, and then tell me why you think that. Yes, they're very, very expensive. Did you find one? send me a private chat. Do you see it on the sidebar? You have access to that as a moderator. And what you're probably going to tell me, if it's glass, that it's worth, $100, right? And I know that, but I'm trying to give people a deal. I'm still here. I'm just taking Tylenol. It's actually Aleve. No, it's on the side. Under comments, there's banners, media, style, widgets, notes, people, private chat, then recording. Heidi. I don't know what device you're using, but for me, it's right on the right side of the regular comments. Starting bid. And then once you do that, just tell me, hey, I sent you a private chat. Okay, so this, and let me know if you find it. And if you don't, we've never really gone through like a tutorial about any of that. So, this is beautiful. These are not AB. This is just straight orange. This is like the tiara drop design of it. I'll show you the pedaling in a minute in the back. The problem I believe I've run into with this, and then it has these drops on the side right here. This is so Gilded Age. And then it's just a line of orange, prong set, no AB. See, for me, I'm sure this was probably made right after the war, but it's so small that it actually reminds me of, and look at this. It has a rhinestone on the shepherd's hook closure. It reminds me of more like end of the flapper 1930s era, very high-end piece. And there is where you hook the shepherd's hook. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah, Noel. Oh, well, Heidi, maybe when I close the sale, you stay on for a minute. And I'll see if I can help you see it. So, Noel is in for 17. I figured you would be, Noel. I would be if I were you. But what I want to say, I know I have this. Good Lord, I used to be so petite. And sitting around because I have a spinal stenosis doesn't help. But anyway, I can't close this in the back, Noel. So this is a little shy of 14 inches. This is like 13 and a half inches long. And that is why I've never been able to sell it. Someone would need to come in at 18 or higher. Thank you, Heidi. This is so much work for this piece. And the fact that it's so tiny, that's my deal with this piece. And even if it wasn't, these are harder to find. And this is just stunning. And the orange color. So Noel's at 17. Y'all, I've talked about it enough. Fair warning. 18 or higher. This is like a bargain for this. How many other resellers do you watch they would start this at $30 or $40. And I've had this piece for 25 years. Nobody's coming in at 18. Well, there you go. Noelle. At least it's going to Noelle. Noelle. Thank you, Noelle. It's an awesome piece. What do you think, Noelle? You think 50s? Like super high-end 50s? Or you think earlier? Noelle is a connoisseur. She knows her jewelry. I mean, it's a toss-up for me. It's a toss-up. And Noelle may not give her opinion because she's like, if I tell people, then people will start wanting to buy what I get. Oh, I hear my kitty sneezing. So, Heidi, you don't know? Well, yes. So I will be looking that piece up. And Heidi, if I could just, over here, right on the sidebar is, I don't know, are you on an Android? I don't know that would matter. But there's a whole, so the comments are here, and then right on the right side on my computer, but it might be on the left side or whatever, it says comments, banners, media, style, widgets, notes, people, private chat. Yeah, it should be the same layout right on the right, and it's got a little comment box, and underneath it says private chat. I don't know. Okay, let's get some more stuff sold. Let's get some more stuff going. Let's move along. Let's show this. I do have Friday as well. Friday I go slower than this, believe it or not. Today's been actually a little too slow. I'm sorry about that. Starting bid of the starting bid of 49. Garnet chips. This is so much garnets. And these are the traditional kind of light wine color. So these are not in any way manipulated. They are highly polished. They are it's beautiful. Beautiful piece. It's got I think that's a sterling silver clasp, if I remember correctly. But again, I talk about this all the time. Unless there's like a lot of sterling silver in the piece, or it's a sterling silver ring or whatever, I don't get excited about it. This, and that's an old clasp. Yeah, it's 925 clasp. Yes, it is. And I have a garnet piece on. So to show you this on would be really funny because I already have a garnet piece on. So this is going to be about, well, it's going to be right about here. It's going to be from 15, 16 to just about 18 inches long. It's like butter. It's absolutely beautiful. And it is, like I say, it's not man-made. You can see the light shining through. This is a really nice, I think, older, because, like See this though, this is not lab either, but this is darker and they're little round wrapped beads. You can see the difference. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm bringing it at this price for y'all, but I won't, thank you, Heidi, but I won't be able to, bring it back at this price. I mean, I'll bring it back, but it's going to go, it does, Angelica, thank you. It's going to go up in price. It's not going to go down. Today it's starting at $49. If I bring it back, if I don't just go ahead and list it, it'll be about $70. I know, right? But got to make a living. Yeah. Okay. So, is there anything that someone really wants to see? Because, that helps me to know what you want and what's going on. How about these? This is a starting bid of $12. CZ stud earrings. This is a good deal. And I'll show the necklaces and we'll see what happens. I am going a little bit longer today. I'm not going as fast as I would like, but I'm trying to move faster. So maybe today's kind of a slow day. Friday will be faster. I don't know. These are fantastic. So here's the whole piece. These are a little older. The mounting is brilliant. Is it sterling silver? They have the old earring backs. I didn't scratch test them, so I cannot tell you if it's sterling silver, but I am going to presume that they're sterling silver. Really nice, heavy, but maybe not. I would have to do. I didn't do it. They're only $12. And even CZs, I see people selling rings with CZs in them. And, they're starting them at like $30, $40 with just a CZ. So just because it's a CZ and man-made in a laboratory doesn't mean that it doesn't have a lot of value. It does. These sold new. Look at the housing on these. These sold new probably anywhere from $50 to $75. I mean, they're a CZ, they're not a diamond, but honestly, that's a fact. Isn't that crazy? Because diamonds are a girl's best friend. But yeah, these are really nice. $12. $12, y'all. These are beautiful. And in the light, they sparkle like crazy. And they would look like diamonds. So these, I've shown them. Oh, yes. SS. They are sterling silver. It's written on my note. So it's even sterling silver. CZs. There's the stone. Let's wait for it to clear. Clear. Show. It's a huge stone. $12. It's a screaming bargain. They're going straight over to, they do, Heidi, thank you. They're going, Angelica, thank you. They're going straight over to go on Whatnot. I'm going to try to set up a show. I can't decide if it's going to be on Whatnot or Vamp Thursday. I'm going to do my first live sale. And it might be Vamp because I haven't been on Vamp for a while. So it might be on Vamp. And I try really hard to bring good prices to you, but still make some money and allow us to enjoy our time together. But I'm really diversifying because I've got to make a living. So thank you, Angelica, for recognizing that. Compared to so many of our reseller friends, I think I do a good job, and I'm not making enough. I'll tell you that. But a lot of other things are happening. And I am diversifying. So, and I've built over 500 followers now in the last year, all on my little own. So I think that's, I think I'm getting somewhere. This is starting at $29. It is costume ring. It is glass. It is spectacular. I showed this right at the end last time because I was tired. This is modeled after, it was made after a famous ring called the Flower de Apres or something like this, which it's obviously French. Flower of, I don't know. It's not Apres, but it's something like that. It is. If someone did not know that if you don't tell anyone that it's costume, they're not going to know. Have you, Angelica? Where do you sell, honey? Do you have a channel? Angelica, do you have a channel? See the prong settings here? And these all look like an amethyst, a peridot, an emerald, a ruby. And this is actually a cream. And then the white. And let me show you the mounting. Angelica, do you have a channel or are you selling on eBay? Where do you sell, Angelica? Look at the mounting on this. I mean, it is made, it's not gold, it's, but this is made to look real, and it absolutely does with these super long finger prongs and this mounting. This is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Here's the inside. And I can't ask less than I'm asking. I will tell you the size. Look at that. That's going to be my screenshot for this sale. Beautiful. eBay. Yep. Yeah, I used to sell on eBay. Well, I started when they opened, and I've gone back and forth and back and forth. And the thing with eBay, I'd rather sell here, even more than Vamp and whatnot. This ring is a size 9. eBay, you have to take all the photos and upload everything, but the AI is really helping now. That's a new thing since I haven't listed in a couple of years. And then, like I said, on Virtual Antique Marketplace and on whatnot, people are dashing in and out constantly, and you just have to, just like on here with this little thing, you just have to not take it personally. We've raised our kids with social media, and a lot of adults like us feel the same way, where it's like, I sent you a 2-sentence text, that's good enough, right? And they're gone. And it's like, whoa, wait, I need more. Need more info. Size 9. Absolutely Beautiful. I wonder. Oof. This is a 7.5. You would think that would be a 9, but maybe it's just because I have rings on it already. I'm just wondering if it would fit me. Okay. So, yeah, you moved and have too much stuff. Plus, also, Angelica, don't you get to a point, uh, I do in my life, where you just don't want as much stuff, you know? Yeah. You know, right. No, I think social media, I have a huge problem with it because it stopped talking on the phone. So we don't hear the voice inflection of what people mean. We have to try to divine it from a text message. It stopped people getting together in person. So you see body language. So you can also see what is going on. It is disconnecting us. And I think breaking apart communities and that human bonds and social norms and all the rest of it. That's my soapbox for the day. I think that a lot of the social media that's out there should go away. And I'm not pro AI. No, I'm not. It's ruining communities. It's ripping. They're doing eminent domain to buy houses. My soapbox for the day. I want it to go away. So I try to participate as little as possible in all of that. These are at Buy It Now. These are gorgeous, but I and these are beautiful. And I have a ton of these. These are Buy It Now, $10. These are great. I have a not a ton, but I probably have, Lord, some are designer for sure, high end. These seem to me at 10. These actually, they're only 3-hole on the back. That's a good indication for Juliana or DNE. And let me get rid of that. Just a high-end designer. So I have high-end designer, and then I have just your basic. You talk to your grandson face to face. Good. Yes, he was born during the pandemic and has a problem with eye contact. That too. That happened. COVID screwed up all the normal socialization with kids. They're still hiding behind moms like terrified. Yeah. So, anyway, what I'm trying to say is I don't know, 20 pairs of earrings like this, all different. Some I can tell they're designer. Some are still pretty high end dime store. They're all great. And if anyone is interested in a bulk deal, email me and we can talk about it. Here is the 3-hole, which that doesn't mean, but Delisner and then Juliana, hand in hand, they would typically use 3-hole like that. Why, I don't know, but there you go. It's one of the things you look for. And look at these great earrings. Itchy, like I got a mosquito bite. These are such a cool design. Prong set. You've got your smoky brown orange going on. Then you've got clear rhinestones at the bottom. This is a yellow stone. prong set. And then these, those are also clear. So yeah, these are beautiful. I hope they're showing correctly. You've got those, the Nivettes or whatever. I think that's our baguettes. I always get that confused. And then this pokes up. It's not reversed. And then the 1, 2, 3, 4. It's almost like that COVID messed up a lot of stuff. What is happening here? That is so weird. I undid the clip, and then now it's... Oh, I'm pressing it the wrong way. I'm like, what is going on? It's called user error. Look at that. These are beautiful. I've got these sterling silver, Navajo, spiny oyster, turquoise, mother of pearl. Beautiful. You can't even see them, but I'm going to leave these on. $10. So seriously, if there's someone out there who wants a bunch of all different colors, styles, glass clip-on earrings before they go to a sale, never to return, let me know. Because they need to move. Let's see. Let me take this off. And let me just tell you how long it is. Then I'm going to do one more pull from the basket and do the necklaces. That'll be fairly simple since they're now untangled and just hanging off the thing. They are 1 3/4 inches long. Yep, maybe an earring sale. I could do that where all of them, I can categorize them based on price, and then, Yep. I love it. Yeah, with the garnet. Yep, totally. See, I was wearing these with the bear paw. These are gorgeous. So, it's just turquoise and spiny oyster. Yeah, those are mine. But since we're talking about these earrings, and I'm talking about, I could do just an earring sale, but I could also tell you right now, if you're interested, reach out to me in an email because I've got lots of them. Thank you, Heidi. Okay. Do I want to do one more pull from the basket? Let's see. I want to do something more, costume. Let's do this one. And then that stuff will be left for Friday. This is a fascinating piece. And, I just saw a whole thing about, so I got a lot of these pieces when I bought a lot, necklaces, brooches, etc. And Melly bought a couple because she said, those are war medals, like antique war medals. And so these are done in the style of that. Sweetie, you are tired. What a sigh. Oh, yeah. The sigh is that, so you caught the sigh. The sigh is that I'm not tired. The sigh is that I work so hard at bringing such a great diversity of items. And, it's the economy or whatever it is, and people don't buy. And I'm just like, but they buy, on other really high-end resellers shows. And granted, I don't have just all of that, but I do have a very good selection, and I bring good prices. And so it's just sometimes I have to just go, What the heck? Which is why I'm diversifying. Which is why I'm diversifying. To, eBay, to whatnot, to Vamp, because I got to make a living, and I just am like, well, if the sales aren't here, then maybe they'll be elsewhere. Now, I will never leave YouTube, but it could get to the point where I'm only here one day a week. And, because a girl's got to make a living. So here you go. This is copper. Again, you can smell it. So this is vintage with this drop. And it's really, you could call that an extender if you want. Essentially, it's right in the middle. And I guess it is, but it really isn't. Thank you for noticing that, though, Huddy. I guess it is. There's an actual jump ring, and then there's the extender. Okay. I didn't see the little actual jump ring hiding in there. All right. Good. Okay. Where did it go now? Screw around and you find out. Okay. Yeah, Angelica. Well, and I just saw a report about consumer spending. And June, which is like when Prime Day is, and Target does its whatever days and all this stuff. So I don't know what the equivalent would be over there. Oh, no, you're Angelica. Sorry. Sales were very slow. And July is the slowest sales consumer goods that it's been in over a year. Mm-hmm. And I know why, but so these are acrylic little beads. I wonder if they glow. I'll show you in a minute. Actually, I'm saying that, but yeah, acrylic. Coming down to this slides, but it's supposed to be in the middle of those, to this beautiful, this is an older piece, this beautiful, you see the pearlized, swirled, enameled look on this cross? So what's interesting about this piece is I've had pieces with this swirled kind of mimicking a mother of pearl or whatever enameled piece on like a bar pin, and just with punched metal, and it was actually from the 1920s. So this could be a lot older than what I'm thinking. I'm just not sure. I think it's a gorgeous little cross. Here's the back. It's got a very nice wide bail for it to slide around on. It's even got, the decoration on the back here, like a medal. And yes, Noelle, show the back. And then I want to see if it glows. Here's the back. I do not think it's a repop, only because of this, Noelle. This right here. This, I do not, so in my experience, this is not a common thing to do past, I don't even really see it that much in 1950s jewelry. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a enigma. Stone, it's acrylic. It's all acrylic. And let's find out if it's lucite. It's all acrylic. What is that? Interesting. It's acrylic, and this white turns green. So that is lucite. Oh yeah, no, and the orange pieces too. That's not just purple. Yeah, it's lucite. Let's see about these beads. Because it is, yeah, lucite. But I don't know how to date this one exactly, Noelle. Because I know, of course they did, they're, always doing, yep, see that? And it's on a copper chain. So, 14, Noelle's in. It's a really nice piece. And it's currently, Noelle's in. August and September are expensive months. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's expensive, America, which there's a million reasons why. This is about hanging at a 15-inch without the extender, Noelle, just so you know. And it's got all the hallmarks of being older. It's very well made. But it can be confusing, I'm with you. So, Angelica, try selling with Deb Wood Burning and Lisa Fun Finding and Understanding. Get your name out there. I don't know who those people are. Yeah, well, so I'm going to go ahead and do the countdown. So, Angelica, I used to sell with Karen Chasing Vintage. I used to sell with Becky's Vintage and More. And then, my father died. And then I took a lot of time off. And then everything moved on. Someone would have had to come in at 15 or higher. Everyone kind of moved on to keep doing. I love your little icon, Noelle. Oh my gosh, I just noticed your photo. Yeah, I love that. I love that, Noelle. So, I do, go on Friends Selling with Friends when they invite me. I could, get on a roster with Becky. I'd really like to get Karen back. But the thing is that we sell such very different items and different prices. My prices tend to be higher now than they used to, and my items are different. So I'm just not sure how to make that work anymore. And if, I could sell with, some other people, which I won't name, which is really not their thing. They sell by themselves. I would. And I'm trying to bump it up and do all that. But I think it's at this point, it's about diversifying. If we have to diversify, we just thank you, Noelle, so much. We have to diversify. Doug lists on, he has other shops, other places. He doesn't rely only on YouTube. Anyone, unless they have a huge following that they have built up, which I do not, because I didn't start during COVID. If I had started during COVID, I would have a huge following. But, my mom got sick and was dying, and then I was her caretaker, and, and whatever. So that didn't happen. But everyone, lists, they sell here and they list, right? And they sell on other platforms because it's just smart business. Just smart business. Jen, hello, Jen. Good Lord. I am so glad you popped in. I have been waiting for you to pop in for a long time because I've even said to people out loud of like, I've never made Jen blue. Like, this is terrible. So You're here and I can turn you blue. Oh my Lord. Now you should be blue. Oh my Lord. I have felt so bad about this. It just somehow never got in my brain. So you're blue now, Jen. Hello, hello. Jen, is everything okay? I don't know. I was somewhere, Tanya's or somewhere, and she was talking about that you needed prayers. I think it was you, and I was like, oh no, so many people are on my candle prayer list right now. So I hope everything's okay. Yes, I do. All righty then. So I'm going to, unless someone had a request or you wanted to see, an old hand molded lucite bangle, not in it. That one's less expensive. This beautiful inset cherry red rhinestone bracelet, or some other, I can show all that on Friday. I do still have that copper cup along with some other and a lot of whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and leave the rest in my basket for Friday, and except for these. And then I'm going to show the necklaces real quick. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. Joe had a medical procedure this morning. Okay. Candle lit. I cannot tell you how many people. I have a friend I've known since 12 who had, a blocked bile duct, and then the results came back and it's, of the biopsy, not good. And I'm just like, Millie, it goes, friends, it goes on and on and on. And I'm just like, whew, is it our age? What is it? It's big hugs, much love. Candle will be lit when I get off. It's hard, but it'll be okay. And guess what? His will come back clean, squeaky clean. So these are buy it now for $4. They are enameled lavender 1960s. They're hollow inside. They probably need a Q-tip run through right there, but it's that brushed enamel of these open hoops. I love these. Totally 1960s. Could be to the 70s. So fun. So fun. So fun. $4. Yeah. I just put these fantastic designer clip-ons on, or I would put these on. But I can only keep putting on and off earrings so many times. And I have, a lot of this type of earring also. So yeah, maybe I'll do an earring sale here, but I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to do it. This is going to go over in my Vamp / Whatbot. Whatbot? Whatbot. That's a good one. Whatnot sale area, because I know that my daughter's group would snatch those. Yeah. Noelle has a request. Bring panel bracelets, demi full per sets. I honey, I already put my basket aside. I don't have that many sets. That was the thing, like when I did my plastic sale. Noelle, did you miss my plastic sale? I did a whole sale of plastic and I only showed half of it, and then I'm just not bringing it back. I'm going to sell it on a different platform. And I don't have that many matching earrings, but I showed earrings and I showed how they could match. But sets, if you find a set with the 3-piece Japan beautiful necklaces with earrings, they're selling on eBay for, $40 to $70. And I was asking just for the necklace like $20. And people were like, yeah, I'm not interested. They watched, but they didn't buy. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what, I'll just list it. I'm good with that. Noelle, just for you, I'm going to bring this. Then I got to do some necklaces. Then I got to get off. I already got my dinner ready. So, this is a starting bid. This is a beautiful, I think it's a beautiful piece. 19. But it's so hard, Noelle, because it's harder to find stuff in the sets. It just is. Yeah, this is glass. These are glass. And this is definitely older. In fact, sorry, I don't do this very often. And then I want to move to the necklaces because my energy is waning from my back. Price adjust to starting bid of 22. Sorry, have to. I thought they were acrylic, and so that seemed like perfectly reasonable, but they are glass, so that changes the whole story. Where did I go? Why is that happening? I'm sorry. I hate it when I'm in the background futzing around like this, and you all are just like, this is so boring. What the heck is she doing? I don't want to watch this. This is crap. Okay. There you go. What, storing stuff in bags? I store my stuff really well. Everything is in a bag. Everything is in a separate little thing. Everything is labeled, but the minute you put it in a bag, if it then gets mixed up with something else, it gets a little kink in where they connect, and it's so annoying. So this was a price adjustment to 22. Now, I'm hoping that this is showing up all I see is dark black without like the effects. So this is, I don't know. I'm saying glass. It could actually be a stone, but I don't have a presidium. But it's like a muted tiger's eye look, or some other stone. And I'm so sorry. I wish it was. I hate this when ring lights blow everything out. So I really hope you're seeing the color and the way it's connected. 1950s, 1960s. Has a, oh, good. Thank you, Heidi. It has a fold over clasp, and it's a pretty small one. I'm surprised this doesn't have a, that's not a scratch, that's a variation. I'm surprised it doesn't have a maker. It's so well constructed. I'm sure it had a hang tag that got lost. I haven't not had time to look this one up. It's really, really, really good. So it fits me tight. So I'm going to go with a 7 down to a 6.5 if you don't mind it hanging as low as this blue and white lucite bracelet. It's really pretty piece. It's a really pretty piece. And yeah, to me, this is the way when they crimp the pieces together like that, that's a big tell. I would say probably this one is going into the 60s. And I'm pretty sure it's glass, not acrylic. But well, I do see green. So therefore, we're right back to lucite. So we're going to drop the price. That's beautiful. I'd prefer that it was lucite than glass. So again, I love plastic. So so, oh, yeah, 18. Starting bid of 18. Beautiful lucite. That's such gorgeous work. I wish it was a little bit bigger to fit me. I'd keep it. This would be something I'd wear all the time. Shoot. Oh, well. I would wear it all the time. So anyone who's come in late, I'm going to show sterling silver necklaces that already have pendants on it. I'm not doing the whole individual pendants deal today. I do have a lot of sterling silver chains. If anyone is interested in sterling silver chains, 16-inch by itself, and I have every style, 16-inch, just a chain is $15 and 18-inch is $17 sterling silver. Most of them are vintage. And yeah, so if you want to watch the replay and see what I've brought and what might be available, please do. I showed some beautiful rings. I've showed, I moved a little slow today, but I've also been throwing a lot of the items that no one wanted. If you purchase in the next 48 hours, they're still available. But I've also put a lot of that over into other boxes to immediately go to other places to sell. So I'm going to bring about half of this right now. So if you're not interested in very inexpensive sterling silver necklaces with pendants, then this is not the place for you. And it would be great if you could give me where are we at, Heidi, with thumbs up? Do I have enough to do a giveaway? Let's do a giveaway. So anyone who's purchased can enter. And I'm going to write, excellent. There you go. So we'll do 2 in a row. Anyone who's purchased last week or this week can enter. Otherwise, if you want to enter, you may, but you will have to pay shipping. Because I can't eat that at this point. I'm sorry. I wish I could. So I am going to put, so enter a number in between 1 and 20. Go. We're going to do 2 giveaways. Yep. Excellent. That's beautiful. So anyone, nobody wants to play? Some people are close. Close. Is it close? Close, close. I got the number. I got the number 1 to 20. Circle in, circle in, circle in, circle in, circle in. Noelle's like, I'm playing. I want it. Angelica. Angelica came in just a couple times compared to Noelle, but Angelica got it. Angelica, you got it. Angelica got it. 18. First winner. 18. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Thank you. I was thinking nobody's even going to play. Nobody cares. Nobody wants this. So I never win in these things. So Angelica, you're going to get the Chico's American Heart Association heart from 2008 brooch pin. This is a really nice little gift. Yay! Angelica gets the heart. Now, Angelica, you got the copper cuff, right? Yep. Okay, it goes right in your bag. Congratulations. All right, I'm going to cross that number off and do another one real quick. Another something. Hold on. I'm trying to make it really simple so it's not doesn't take forever. Okay. Oh, perfect, Angelica. There you go. Okay, so this is an animal. Nope. This is an animal. This is for the earrings on my ear. If anyone wants to go, if you don't, I'll just show the necklaces. Nobody wants to play. Okay. Then never mind. We'll just do one giveaway. I don't understand people. I'm going to take a minute while y'all are doing that. So something to think about is where I live. But it's not something that I talk about all the time. Keep going. Wow. Yep. No, it's not a bear. I was thinking, I almost put that down and then I was like, that's so easy. Someone's going to get that immediately. It's not something you want to run into, though. You don't want to run into this. You don't want your dog to run into it either. Or you're going to have a long night and you're going to need some stuff to deal with it. It's black. Porcupine is close, but it's got a different defense mechanism. Dogs are notorious for having this issue. It's right there, you guys. Right there. A gator. Skunk. Noelle. Yep. Skunk. Skunk. Dogs are notorious for getting skunked. That's also a word you use in the card games. So, Noelle, you win these earrings so you can marriage them up. Let me put winner, winner. 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 Noelle. earrings. Yay. Fantastic. Good. The both of you bought, a lot today, or the only people who've bought, and it hasn't been very much. So I appreciate it. These are gorgeous, Noelle. Boom. Boom. You would love to see a skunk? Well, I mean, there, Heidi says congratulations. On the one hand, seeing a skunk they don't always spray. My partner sees them running around outside at night when he goes out there, but and for the most part, they're not going to spray you. They don't just automatically do that. They would rather just walk, or actually they kind of waddle. They would rather waddle away than spray you. But if they feel threatened or cornered, yeah, there you go, Noelle. I'm sure you can marry these to something. And they have the 3-hole on the back. And they are kind of the figure 8 and all that. So, you never know. Oh, no skunks in Belgium. Well, my dear, they are, yeah, they're interesting. Okay, so the ones I'm going to show, and I'm not going to be on forever, it's 5 o'clock. So we're going to do a selection of like 3 and 3 and do a bunch on Friday. Buy it now. Choice. You have possums. Oh, yeah. We got possums that waddle around too, Angelica. Yes. These are 27. Sterling silver necklace and pendant. And it's all vintage. So it's your choice at $27. Okay? I'm going to hold them up, and you're going to say whether you like it or not. They're not tangled, and they're not going to get tangled again. I'm going to go pretty quick. This is on just a really nice, basic, simple chain. It is 16 inches. I always have it backwards. 16 inches. Good Lord. It's because of my ring light. Sorry. Here's the back. Nope, that's the front. It keeps twisting. So dyed mother of pearl, pink and blue, sterling silver body. It's a nice, heavy, beautiful, probably 70s little dragonfly on this beautiful chain. $27. That's one choice. So I'm being very careful, and I'm just picking the ones that, not going through that tangled thing again. That took me like 40 minutes. That was horrendous. Sterling silver. This does have one tiny little knot still right there that I have to get undone. It's not a big deal. This is an even finer yet different style of chain. See how tiny it's like rectangle instead of round. And this one is the heart with the rose in the middle of it. That is all hand cut and carved. That's hand done. And it is on a very small kind of slider. It would not fit on a torque. It's too tiny. So all of these are very dainty. That's at least the 1970s, dating it. Here is the back of it. So you can see It may have been, and there's actually, it's signed. Look at that. It's 925, and I think that's a signature. It may have been sand cast, and then they carved to make it more the way they do. They make like a sharp cut to make it have that shine. It's a really beautiful piece. So, and I would take the tiny knot out for you. And these prices are, unless you're over with Melly, you're not going to find these prices. I mean, you're not. So, and I'm not going to show that many because, again, I'm pretty sure that I can list these on eBay for about $33, $35, even $36. And with the holidays coming up and all that, they'll sell really fast. This is a box chain, and in fact, that's just what I'm going to do. I'm not going to show these again. So you have 48 hours. Then I'm just going to throw them up on eBay. Box chain, 16 inches long, with this beautiful slide. Old, possibly Mexico, or I don't think Native American. That's lapis flower that hangs, and it is on a slide. So, and the other way, yes, just the chain, exactly. Angelica, see that? This is a really nice piece. So, yes, and like I said, I'm offering sterling silver chains at, $1 less than their inch length. So a chain like this, 16 inches, would be $15 if you want to email me if you need any chains. Yeah. And honestly, we talked about this on Friday. I'm going to say it again. If you went in a store to buy something like this brand new, you're going to pay $50 to $75 easily. Yep. Just a fact. Just a fact. Okay. So I showed 3 of that size. So now these are all, because I told you I was going to do this real fast. It's been a long day, and what did I sell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items, and I brought such a wide diversity. So I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're lurking. I'm so glad you pop in and out. But Mama has to make more money. Mama has to make more money. That's just the way it is. And I look forward to diversifying. It's going to be interesting. I'm either going to love it or hate it, but I've put a lot of time and energy into it, so we'll see. And anyone watching on the replay, you can email me. Oh, I know you do. You can email me. The prices are good for 48 hours. So these are $29. And that one is more. So this one's interesting. It still stands at the price that it is. Thank you, Heidi. I know I do. It's it just is what it is. I need to diversify. I can't rely on this channel. So this is sterling silver vermeil. I looked at it and I thought maybe it was gold filled. 120 gold filled. But oh, good Lord. It says Italy. It is. Okay. Yep. Nope. This is gold filled. This is 120 over whatever gold filled. Italy. So this is a gold filled chain. Very delicate. And on the bottom, Good night. I'll be done in just a couple minutes. I'm right behind you. This is a beautiful watermelon glass Sarah Coventry pendant. Watermelon glass is spectacular and very collectible. And this is a very high-end bamboo watermelon glass Sarah Coventry collector piece. It's stunning. 18-inch chain. Gold filled. Yeah. I messed up on that one. So, what other one do I want to show? I guess I'll show this one again. Although, I just want to be sure this is actually 18 inches because I raised the price and I'm... Yep, it is 18. Okay. Okay. The pottery beads necklace. Yeah, I know. So this is sterling silver. Good Lord. I went through and read all these and they were all sold to me as 925. I cannot at the very end of a long day go through questioning myself all over again. That's crazy. Come on. Come on. Again, Italy. So it is this one. Oh my gosh. I hate doing this. Yeah, it's 925 Italy, and then it also says something else, which I cannot read. Okay. Thank you. So this is, good Lord, herringbone. Of course, at the end of the day, it doesn't want to show up correctly, but it is 925. It's a gold tone because it's for me. And at the bottom is this gorgeous slide, mother of pearl, probably onyx, possibly obsidian. Very, very art deco. It's just so well done. And it's on a huge slide. It could absolutely go on a torque, but it's pretty small. It is sterling. It's pretty small to put on a torque. I showed it last time, and it just, the torque would overpower this. So there you go. All right, I will show one last item. Well, two, and then that's it. I'm closing. I'm done. I've had a nice time hanging out with all of you, but in terms of my time, no and no. And I have the lady coming tomorrow where I have to really interact with her, and my dog needs to go out. Okay, so sterling silver. It too has one tiny knot from that tangle, but I can get it out. So this is kind of like an extender where it can go here or up here. But I gotta tell you, it would be so short if you did that. It's a very fine chain. It has a blue topaz, aquamarine. Maybe it's a blue CZ in a little sterling silver box. I'm not sure. because I don't have a Presidium, because until my diversification pans out and I'm making more money, I mean, all of us are struggling in these times. All of us. I am not unique. I can't afford that. But this moves. I don't know if you can see that. The stone moves in the box. It's free floating in there. Yep. See that? It's very cool. It's very tiny. If they don't sell you eating your shoes, well, Heidi, I don't suggest that. And I know they're little and dainty, but they're worth every penny. Believe me. Believe me, I promise I wouldn't let you down. So I'm going to show you this last one. This starts at the same 29. This is a 20-inch chain. This is the last one of the night. So please watch the replay. Prices are good for 48 hours. I'll be back on Friday. This is a twisted chain. You want to help me stay on YouTube and not have me disappear to other platforms exclusively, then help me out, share me out, let people know about my channel, because I have to start making money or I cannot continue to show up except in chats. This is a gecko. This is brilliant. And it's on a big, big, solid bail. Would look fantastic on a torque. I love this little guy. His belly is hollow. And on Whatnot and Vamp, I'll be using my down camera. So the interaction with people is just not the same. But, that's okay. This is a great piece. This would be great for a guy or a girl. Okay. Well, there you go. So I brought everything from costume jewelry rings to real rings to incredible copper cuffs, garnets, pottery necklaces, electroplated, lucite, rhinestone encrusted bracelets. I mean, I can't even think of all the stuff. The panel bracelet with the, goes on and on. And yeah, and I sold 5 things. So I don't know. But so seriously, you want to help me stay on, then I got to start selling stuff on this channel, or I will sell on other channels. I will go on other platforms. And that's not a threat. It's just a reality for me. It's just a reality. I work so hard to curate, and I do a cost average. I do it because I'm housebound. I have to do a cost average, and I get my inventory from all over the place. Not just other resellers, Goodwill, boxes, all kinds of stuff. And yeah, just the way it is. So listen, I love you all. Thank you for being here. Heidi, thank you. Thank you. You're a darling. Heidi, I'm going to say goodnight to everyone, but I want you to stay on for a minute, okay? So I don't know how to do that. How do I do that? Maybe I can't. You know what, Heidi? I don't think I can. So Heidi, please take a minute before you take a minute and look at the side of your screen. You should be able to see private chat. Or you can, I don't know if you can text me for free from Belgium. I'm going to say you could text me, but I don't know if you can do that. Okay, and just in case anyone sees something and they're not registered and they decide they want to purchase in the next 48 hours, that's how long my prices are good for. There's my job form one more time. There's my email. Okay, everyone have a fabulous night. I got to deal with my animals. I got to deal with me. And I'll be back Friday. Same type of stuff. It's all happening. Everyone, light candles for people. There's so many people going through problems. Okay. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you all. Bye.